Welcome back for another episode, Spirit Bus 33 fam. Jyotishamara here. Once again, super excited. Take a little trip with you, expanding our consciousness, learning how to become our favorite version of ourselves, living more in the now, all while embarking on this wild earth experience. Join me each week as we evolve together, exploring traditional, holistic, interdimensional, and sometimes just a straight up woo, spiritual minded thinking and practices.
They're spiritual beings having a human experience.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this energy exchange with me. Thank you for having this earth experience, same time as me. All right. Before we take off, check in, fam. Let's start with that body scan. Start at the top of your head and start scanning all the way to the tips of your toes. Notice if there's any needs that are not being met. Adjust your position. Hydrate. If your shirt is scratchy, pause this. Go change. Change that shirt. Maybe it's even time to send that shirt on a new adventure so that you stop wearing it. If you're multitasking while listening, stop for a moment. Ask yourself if what you're doing pairs well with listening at this time. Do the body scan a second time, ensuring that you're feeling aligned, making sure that there aren't any adjustments that you need to make. Now that we've completed a vital body scan, we're ready. We are ready to explore. Talking about suppression. Suppression takes on so many forms depending on your geographic location, upbringing, your belief system, the powers that be in your area. For this ride, though, we're taking a much needed look at our role in suppression. We're moving out of the macro and into the micro world, narrowing it down to how we express ourselves in our day-to-day life. Part of creating our favorite version of ourselves is expressing that version. How do we decorate our avatar, our temple? What do we do? What activities do we engage in? And what words do we make? What sounds do we make? How do we talk, communicate? For many of us during our spiritual awakening, our healing journey, we hit a chapter where we recognize that we've been suppressing ourselves. We have watered down ourselves to appease others, to please others. We realize that we're living in a state of people pleasing, a state of a lack of expression to accommodate another person or person's expression, their expression to be bolder, to be louder. This part of the healing journey, it's unique to the individual, meaning there will not be someone to have the answers on exactly how to do it or the exact method. This vital chapter, it'll be an intuitive dance, weaving in desired states of being, trying them on vocally as if they were a pair of dancing shoes. Sometimes a dance, it's going to flow seamlessly. Other times it's choppy. And there might be some embarrassment. You see, unlearning how to be the watered down version of yourself and stepping into your favorite version, it creates vulnerability, a space that is so sacred. Often, these sacred chapters, they include a myriad of emotions, each providing you with more to learn, more to tolerate. Tolerate the distress of unbecoming. For the unlearning process, there is such, it's a whirlpool. Some distress, but also joy, the joy of becoming and relearning. It can feel similar to being a toddler, working hard to form words, just to babble. During the process of freeing yourself, you might babble. Once you observe yourself babble, you know you're on track. For we're unable to transform without the observation of self. We must observe the babble to then realize that there was a babble, to then practice not babbling. Sometimes the suppressed voice or the suppression expression of self will come out so bold, so intense during the process, so that the observation is sure to ignite. This is where we transform society's conditioning of cringe, of embarrassment, of imposter syndrome. We transform it to love, just like the love that you'd give a toddler. You have never been this version of yourself before. This sacred transition, it's new. Most of the transition, it's going to be dealing with the mind. For what thoughts that we entertain will be much of the reality that we have. If we entertain negative thoughts about ourselves, if we roll around in them often, likely when we're out and about with other people, we will project that image either by words we speak about ourselves or others, our body language, our confidence. We, on the other hand, we can't avoid the negative thoughts completely. The question becomes, how do we observe unwanted thoughts and not get caught in the drama of it all? Of course, this takes practice. A curious, intentional mind is needed. Negative thought comes in, an automatic one without your permission, and then we practice freezing the thought like a frozen computer page that can't load. You can't scroll down to get all saturated in the information of it all. You can just get the gist and look with a loving, curious, intentional, heart open space of awareness. Sanaya Roman, personal power through awareness. Learning to control your inner dialogue is learning to make your mind obey rather than control you. It's learning to be able to choose what thoughts come into your mind rather than to be ruled by the thoughts that randomly pop up. Doing this work is a regular practice. It helps with these verbal interactions. We have the ability to process information so fast that as you're talking, the pop up of what you're going to say next will appear. Frozen, if your intuition, your favorite version of yourself is aligned, you speak it out. If not, discard, and the next pop up will come up shortly after. Sometimes, of course, we ignore the intuition. We speak it out regardless, returning us to that state of grace. We're all just practicing our practices on one another, having this a blip of an experience that feels long and short all at the same time. This, in part, a reason to be bold in your authenticity. Who are we really concerned about? They must think I'm fill in the blank. Whoever they is to you, the truth, they're likely working on something very similar. And if by some chance they're not, which is very unlikely, they're still working on something. We all are. This is not a them or they concern. This is about us. Them or they don't have it figured all out. And one of the many reasons to speak love into the environment for yourself, for others. We all have so much to learn from one another. We're all each other's teachers. Some lessons, oh, they're a vibe, they flow like a gentle breeze, and others are like a tornado with debris flying overhead. When we start viewing others and opportunities as a teacher, it changes the dance. We then take the lead, allowing space to grow, learn, and appreciate even the harshest teachers. For that person taught us boundaries, assertive speaking, forgiveness. When we see how we're all dancing in this chaotic yet cohesive way, we might just feel that this was orchestrated for our highest good. 3 card reading from Osho deck. First card, sharing. This unique expression that we talk about, your favorite version of yourself, your authentic self, comes with these unique gifts. Now, we all have gifts, we all have things to share, but our expression in doing so is unique. So, no one can do this podcast the same way that I can because it's done through my authenticity, through my unique expression. The same if you were to give you the subject on suppression and have you do an episode, it would be from your unique expression. And we all have some type of purpose or some type of, gifts that help humanity. When this card sharing comes up, it's a call to action card. It's saying it's time to recognize your gifts. It's time to fully embrace them. And since we're talking about suppression, I would say it's time to stop suppressing your light. Whatever that means for you, it's time to start shining in different ways. Second card, going with the flow, is not swimming against the current. Calm is a superpower. When we're really learning how to, release suppression, when we're really learning how to express our authentic self, like it's okay to pause. When you're engaging with other people, like it's okay to take a break before you say the next thing. Just like that pop-up window comes up of what you're going to say next and it freezes right in front of you, like it's okay to take a moment, while you're still practicing, that art form. Because otherwise we start to kind of swim against, the rapids. We start to get caught in the currents of all of it. And then what are we going to do? We're going to go right back to our automatic, our old self, because that's what's already hardwired in. This last card, first time that I have picked this one, number 7, politics. And I'll just read this part here out of the book. It has a picture of 2 people with 2 masks on. These 2 kinds of cunning people have dominated humanity, and they have found out very early on that if you want to dominate humanity, make it weak, make it feel guilty, make it feel unworthy, destroy its dignity, take all glory away from it, humiliate it. And then they have found such subtle ways of humiliation that they don't come in the picture at all. They leave it to you to humiliate yourself, to destroy yourself. They have taught you a kind of slow suicide. So when this card comes up, It is a strong call to action. You know, the whispers that are coming to you as to how to take care of yourself, it's time to lean in. It's time to stop eating the poisonous food. It's time to stop engaging in the reckless activities. It's time to trust your intuition. It's time to save ourselves and to be there for future generations. And as I say this, I'm not saying it as somebody who has this all figured out. I'm somebody who's doing this dance right alongside you. I'm someone that's practicing all of these things very similar to you. And I think it's interesting that this card came up at this time, when we're in such a interesting part of the earth experience here. So wherever you are in your own little bubble of the world, you know, is we have a lot of power in just rippling out love, our strengths, connection, to everybody that's within our reach. And taking care of ourselves, taking care of our mind, our body, and our belief system. Just doing those things ripples out that energy everywhere we go. Plant seeds everywhere we go. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. Appreciate you taking a little ride with me. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you for tuning in. Your spiritual beings having a human experience.